Hey everyone, so I just started the match in Gladius, playing the Imperial Guard this time, and it's going to be a 4-player free-for-all. So I haven't really quite worked out the Imperial Guard yet, so my play with them may be a bit rough. But I've done enough with them that I more or less know how they should be played. So we'll see. I mean, so, with my tech priest for settling, I have a whole bunch of food here. Oh my god, plus 50% and plus 40% ore. So this is an incredible start, really. So I'm gonna want both food and ore, so I will just drop my settlement right here. And for the very first step, because I have two 50% food tiles, I can afford to waste one of them, if you will. And so I am going to have to pick a good tile to begin building buildings on. And the first building I'm going to build with them is probably Imperial Barracks to start training up more guardsmen. So let's just do one of these top tiles here instead. Let's start with this one. And for research, unlike the other factions, I'm going to start off with Frag Grenade, because I'm going to be starting with a very, very infantry heavy build. Oh, these guys are playing with quests on. Oh well. That's fine. I mean, I'm not going to do the quest line anyways. So, guardsmen. Found another Croot Hound. So my guardsmen are going to take quite a beating there. So next, nothing to do. Let's end my turn. Yep. All right. Bring these guardsmen up. I don't know if these can finish it off, but it's worth the try. And the answer is no, they can't finish it off. And I don't want to waste the attack if I don't have to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it right there. So hopefully this guy will come in and get a beating from this guardsman here. Actually no, because this hound will scout for this guy to attack this guardsman, so I do have to kill it. I'm going to leave that alone, and I have construction to do, which is going to be my barracks. Starting off with the barracks to train up some units right from the start. Okay, so those Croot Hounds seems to have run away. I need to heal up these guardsmen, so I'm going to get them into the outposts. And the other guardsmen can go up and grab some free experience by killing that other Croot Hound. So let's end this turn. Moving up towards the outposts. These guardsmen are going to be healing, and another turn done. Barracks done in 4 turns, and all my other units are just I've been moved. So yes, with the guardsmen, my strategy is kind of like orcs. You're expanding rapidly. Just, build as many cities, 3 or 4 cities, as fast as possible. The difference, though, is whereas orcs get their heroes out right away, with the Imperial Guard, I churn out tons of infantry. I don't get my heroes out right away. And that's really annoying. I'm going to have to run them away. So those guys run away. I'll bring these guys up to protect him, and also grab that outpost with the other guy. And the frag grenade research is done. So that one's finished. And now I have to decide whether to get what else to research. And it's either inspired training for even more infantry or the shrine. And I do prefer the shrine. Both can actually work quite well though. Like you can, increase your infantry training and get more of them out faster, or ooh, so there's a whole bunch of Kroot Hounds down here. Because one ran away and then the other showed up. So I am going to, let's see. This guy can't get into range to shoot. So I'm going to charge in with this guy and throw a bunch of grenades at him. And that killed it off. So because this guy's in front now, I can actually grab this tile with the injured guardsman and bring the other guardsman down, which will also spot this outpost for me. And next, it's still building, so my turn's done. And the Kroot Hounds showed up again. Another set appeared. And fortune. So this is okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move these ones down, and let's see. There's 6 grenades. There's 5 of them. So you know what? Let's give it a try. I'll throw the grenades at him, and there was enough damage to kill it off. And I will bring this one up as Overwatch support when that other Kroot Hound comes in. So let's see how that works out. It was either this tile or this tile over here, and in hindsight, I'm not even sure. It's possible he'll go down here, it's possible he'll come up there. So it's kind of gambling which tile that Kroot Hound will come in from. Other than that, this guy needs healing. And my turn is done. So I guessed right. He came in, but there was a second one, and that nearly killed my guardsmen as a result. But they didn't die, and that's what's most important. So I retreat those ones there, and I'm going to shoot this one. And I have to hope that, yeah. So with double Overwatch, I'm thinking that this guy should not be able to kill them if he comes in, because he's already injured. It's also possible he'll run away. So we'll see. But the barracks is up, and I'm going to train my first guardsman. And there's 1 turn till the shrine is done. So I'm actually going to I'm going to construct the shrine next. But first, because I have a turn to do something, I'm going to acquire a tile. And then I can either acquire research or food. And with the Imperial Guard, food's more important. So I'm going to grab the food tile, and then I'm going to build the shrine. So the injured hounds ran away. These guardsmen are healing. These guardsmen, I can move them 2 tiles away, and then get them into that outpost, but that'll take 2 turns. But these guys will be pretty much healed next turn. So I'm going to move them off, and I'm going to put this guy on to that outpost, and it keeps them closer to my other guardsmen. So in that case, I'm just going to have it heal on this on the spot for that turn. And this guardsman is moving up. He's getting ready to grab that outpost. So early game, just keeping your guardsmen alive and using them to grab outposts. And as I was saying, just like Orks, you want to expand and build cities as fast as you can. So the tech priest construction building, the cult I can't pronounce these high Gothic terms. So yes, I'm going to build the building that trains tech priests. And that's it. End my turn. Oh, it only healed 2.5 health. They actually have much lower healing than I thought they would. Well, putting that aside, so there's only 7 of the 8 guys that are in that. So I'm going to have to heal one more turn with those guys, which makes grabbing this outpost a bit dangerous, because if something comes in, they're going to be in trouble. Next guardsman is out in a turn. You know what? It's a small risk because I've been killing Crude Hounds, so I'll grab it. But and as I was talking about risk, 1 devil and 2 Crude Hounds. So we'll see what the neutrals do. As I said, it was a bit of a risk, but I was willing to grab it because I wanted to research earlier. So I got a bit greedy there, and it may cost me another unit. So my next building is the shrine, as I was saying. I want to get that hero, the commissar, out. Okay, so they didn't go in. Nothing really attacked me, so that played out really well for me. And I saw that other Crude Hound run somewhere down here, so I'm going to move this guardsman to chase it. It should be in this tile right here. And those ones are full health. These ones need quite a bit of healing, so I'm going to stick them into the outpost. And these guys can actually move in, and it should one-shot him. Nope, left him with 1 hit point. Well, but nonetheless, they'll drive that one away. Ow. Alright, so I was saying that Crude Hound should be right here, and I'm going to verify that, and it is. And it's in forest, so shooting it with my guns gives it a 50%, it gets a 50% range reduction bonus. So let's try throwing the grenades at it. And the grenades were able to one-shot it, so that worked out quite well. These guardsmen are newly trained, and I should bring them into the fight. And these ones, unfortunately, got really damaged, so move them back. Next, produce more guardsmen. And my turn is done. Set these guys to healing. Alright, those guys are... Alright, so I will actually finally start moving all my guardsmen together. He can't really move up yet because I need these 2 fresh guys up, so he'll heal on the spot before he can get into that outpost. And more guardsmen coming out. And really, the way to use these guardsmen is once you get the commissar out, he really does buff the guardsman's ability to attack things. So that's why the priority for Imperial Guard is to get infantry, lots of them out, and then build also the shrine. Alright. So, as I was saying, move up these guardsmen, move up the second set of guardsmen, and finally move this guy into the healing spot. And if those Crude Hounds come in, he's gonna get hammered by 3 Overwatch attacks. So I don't have to really worry about it. Actually, I'm going to disable Overwatch on them so I can set them to healing and see if that works. Oh, they don't have full movement points, so no, this turn I should leave Overwatch on. The next turn I would turn off Overwatch. what else do I have to move? I'm skipping that attack, and just ending my turn. So they didn't come in. And I saw him move into this grasslands tile, which means go up and kill him. Attack. Move up. Need 3 more hit points, so they're still healing. And attack. And this guy is healing up. And this is where it gets interesting, because I personally find Medipack to be the most important. It allows the guardsmen to heal themselves, which is critical. A lot of people like the Primaris Psyker though, because it does very good damage. It's a glass cannon, but I prefer the Medipack. And that's it for this turn. Another guardsman out. I'm going to start setting a waypoint for them because they keep moving into the city tiles, but that's not the right direction that I want them to go. So the waypoint I'm going to set is just right here on the rocks here, so that way I can either move them into the river or forward in this direction. And this guy... yeah... let's just see where I move my other units first. So they're moving forward. These guys are going to scout forward a bit, but not too far, and they found an enslaver. So I'm going to set 2 of them up like that, and that means these Imperial Guard units should move into the river tile. So that they go into there and then keep coming down. Next, the Commissar, the Guardsmen. And no, that's no good, because that puts me unable to build anything. And I actually am very short on resources. Oh, I only have 50 ore. So I can't even train the Commissar. So I can't even train the Commissar in this case, which means... no, it's more important to expand. So I'm going to build the cult first, rather than the Commissar. That's it. So, in hindsight, I probably should have built an ore building instead of the shrine. Research the shrine, but don't build the shrine. Okay. Moving on. The enslavers seem to have run away. Well then, okay, so move up all my infantry squads. I'm going to I'm going to move here and grab, and I can't grab this, so the enslaver is actually right here. So it's a good thing I moved here instead of into this tile, because then they would have been converted. So let's grab that. And another artifact, which means another enslaver. And enslavers are really dangerous against a small number of units, but they don't do much when you have 4 squads of guardsmen that are equipped with grenades. So I'm saving up for the Lord Commissar for next turn. So let's just end this turn. Nope. Catachan Devil, so there's a whole bunch of enemies here. And now I can actually take it. So let's do that. Move up a tile to scout a bit and grab the... Okay, so the Devil's Lair is right here. And he's in the ruin, so I'm going to pull back and try to draw him in to into the open, where my Overwatch it won't eliminate it, but it'll do quite a bit of damage with 2 of them. This guy is gonna grab me more outposts. This +1 view range is really helping me. I'm getting to see a lot more, so it's a pretty good artifact to get in the early game. And I was saying I'm gonna train the Lord Commissar. So pretty solid. I mean, I have 5 infantry, a Lord Commissar coming out. and medipacks to heal up these infantry. And they didn't oh, that's right. Catachan Devils seem to not be affected by Overwatch. I'm not quite sure why, but yeah, there you go. Stealth. They have a stealth ability which prevents them from being a target of Overwatch. So yeah, and there's the second enslaver. And I'm going to have to bring everything down to kill this. I only do 2 damage with a long range shot, but it does 2.8 at point blank range. And they have 8 armor, so throwing these frag grenades is not worth it. So just blast away with the las guns. If I move away, this enslaver is going to capture this, so I can't move this guardsman into the fight. Well, actually, I don't need the spotting right now, so let's do it. Let's move him into the fight. I think it's more important to drive away that Catachan Devil. And that's moved all my units. Let's end my turn. Oh, and the enslaver actually moved. They didn't grab my my artifact. So that's not bad. Okay. So with the enslavers in the open, because it's a 3 unit, there's 3 units in an enslaver unit, they're perfect targets for frag grenades. And that's what I'm going to do. Toss from a set of frag grenades into it, 16.7 damage. That knocks them down to a bit over, they're less than half health now. So let's throw a second set and they're dead. So, really easy way to kill the enslavers. Draw them out into the open, finish them off with frag grenades. And this one is nearly dead, so I'm going to move into the ruins and finish it off. These guys, and I want to get rid of this as fast as possible. It has 8 armor though, but surrounding it with all these guardsmen should get rid of it quickly. And I can't step into this tile because that's the wire weeds. So yeah, let's move down and blast away at it. Next, the research is keep moving up, and since I'm going infantry heavy right now, the choice is heavy weapon squad. And I can train a guardsman squad, but right now I'm saving up for the tech priests and the expansion, because tech priests require, I think tech priests require 30 ore, and the first expansion requires 50 ore. So let's just check on the tech priests. Tech priests engineers, they require 30 ore, yes. So I need 80 ore in total to make my first expansion. And that's going to take some time to gather since I only have 10 ore income. So, but as I was saying, I'm still working out the optimal strategy for Imperial Guard, so it's not quite there yet. I definitely am having a bit of a resource issue this game. Move them in. So I want to get everyone attacking, and there's some killer bees over there, so I can't really... So this guy is just gonna stand here and shoot instead. There we go. And that's it for this turn. Commissar is out in 3 turns. Just waiting for him to come out to give me some armor penetration and more accuracy for these guardsmen. Okay, so the building's nearly dead though. 8 hit points now, so I'll finish it off in this turn. Fire away, fire away, fire away. Didn't even require everybody. So now the question is, do I want to use their meta packs and move up? And I think I will. It's early game, I don't think I'm going to need it in the next 10 turns. So meta pack up. And I want to set up a double Overwatch, so I'm just going to move it up like that. So the 2 Overwatch attacks should protect them from the bees. And other than that, my city's construction is done, and I can begin the tech priest. Next, I have 5 buildings built, so I needed to acquire a tile to build more buildings. And right now I have a desperate ore shortage, so I'm going to acquire one of these. Oh, this 40% ore tile. So that's going to be my next tile. And let's end my turn. Oh, wow! 4 sets of bees. Okay, so I've already used up his meta pack, which is fine because I can just move him into healing after this. And next is I need grenades. Okay, so I'm moving him up to toss grenades at this bee. I don't have enough grenades. Oh no, this is not good. Alright, so these guys are going to blast away at those. I'm moving these ones back and they're going to fire. Get into the second line. Get them into the outpost and fire. And finally move these ones up and they're just overwatching. So grenades do quite a number on bees as well. Any unit with multiple units on them, so the bees have 5, they get hammered apart by grenades, which is why it's so important to research that at the start. But I've already used up most of my sets of grenades, so now I'm having trouble against these 4 bees. But with meta packs and their regular lasguns, I should still be able to kill them or at least drive them off. And next turn, my Lord Commissar is finally out, which will be a very valuable addition to my current army of 5 guardsmen. I'm now kind of torn on whether to start to get the Lord Commissar this early. And the reason is because if I didn't go for the Commissar, I would have a lot more ore, first of all, and second, I would probably have like 3 more guardsmen out. So 8 guardsmen might have been a better choice than 5 guardsmen with a Commissar. In any case, I'm moving the Commissar up, and so it's the choice between. So the first skill for them, armor penetration. Make those guardsmen be able to do extra damage, because almost everything has armor. These bees don't, but most enemies that you fight have a tiny bit of armor, and players certainly do. Player units, that is. So, oh, these guardsmen are probably gonna die because these bees have surrounded me. I'm going to try to kill this bee and then run the guardsmen in this direction. So let's move these guys here, and I cannot. So since they're gonna die, let's just toss the only grenade that they have. The only grenades I have, sorry. Oh! These guys had grenades! It's fine. I would not have been able to keep them alive regardless. So, looking at this in hindsight, using up that meta pack was a bad idea. Having the meta pack would have healed it for half health, which would have been 9 hit points then. And that would have kept them alive. I have a shortage of ore, as I'm saying, and my priority is to build the next settlement. So, not much I can do right now, is there? I can acquire another tile, which I will, because I can get this outpost for 20% research boost. Oh, and outposts are interesting. If you capture them, they give you the hard number income. So for example, this one will give me 2 research. This one gives me 1 ore and then 1 energy. This one gives me 2 influence, right? And you can see that they all also have a percentage bonus. plus 20%, plus 10%. The percentage bonus only comes if it's in a city's range and you acquire the tile. So with this, I acquired this tile for 20% extra food production, and when I acquired this one, I'll get 20% research. And looking at here, they actually did not finish off the guardsmen, which is surprising to me. I'm not complaining. I'm gonna run those guardsmen away then, and move the commissar up, and try to focus down this set of bees. So shifting them around to attack so that they can get their attack off on the bees. These guys should move into that. That. And oh, they were already killed. So I wasted one of my guardsmen. But no, but that's fine. It's not like I want to move them in to attack another bee yet. I want to keep them all together. So let's end my turn. And there's just so many bees over here. Man, oh man. Alright, so the commissar's in range to attack at least. These guys just need healing. And let's use the commissar's attack and bring up one of the healthy guardsmen to probably finish it off. Nope, not quite. Alright, move these guardsmen in to attack those bees. These ones, I'm going to use their metapack. They can't heal otherwise because the bees are right beside it. So, and bring up this guardsman to finish off those Kroot hounds. Okay, Tech Priest in 3 turns. And I will have just enough ore to build a new settlement because it needs 50. I'll have 8 extra ore in fact, but so I can't build my ore building. You know what? No, I'm going to do it. It's hard to say. I'm going to build it anyways. I do need the ore. And moving on, so I have heavy weapon squads research. Let's go with the tank commander. So let's end my turn here. Alright. So that set of enslavers. If I have grenades up, I would go and kill him, but unfortunately I do not. So 1, 2, 3. Actually, I will attack it. I'm going to move my Lord Commissar into melee range. He's going to make the first attack and bring everyone else to shoot him. Yes. And what they will do, the enslavers, is they're probably going to convert this set of guardsmen for it. But then the rest of my guardsmen will finish it off the following turn. And once the enslavers die, your unit that's converted will rejoin your forces. So let's do that. So a lot of people have trouble dealing with enslavers, but as long as you play it smart, they're not much of a threat. The real threat is the Castellan robot, because they have 8 armor, so they're incredibly hard to kill for every faction except for the Orks. Oh, so that robot moved up, which is not good for me. Yep, so my guardsmen have been converted. I can't control them right now. These guys have... Actually, yeah, those bees coming in are giving me a bit of trouble. Because, let's see. Alright, what I'm going to do here is I need to kill these bees first. And that means blasting away at them. Oh no, that's not enough. This is not good. So I'm going to get hurt by my own guardsmen, as things did not go as planned. But the commissar leveled up at least, and accuracy bonus for everybody. That's always useful. Alright, let's end my turn. And yeah, so those guys ran away, and if I can't kill it, my guardsmen are going to... My own guardsmen are my own enemy! But I also can't move in because I saw that there's 2 robots here. There's too many enemies for me to attack properly. And I really don't want to kill my own guardsmen. I mean, that's just stupid. So I have to hope for them to move up sometime. Or for these guys to go away. That just means I work around these guardsmen. Which means going after the Croot Hounds. Okay. Drew out his Overwatch. These guys are gonna go heal. And I'm attacking the Croot Hounds instead of my own guardsmen. There we go. I am gonna shoot them just because I need to injure them to drive them away. And the tech priests are out. And I am desperate for ore, so I want to find a good place to produce extra ore. And this is a great area because 30% and a 10% boost from there. It's not the most amazing one because the most amazing ones would have like 40%, but you know, with capturing this outpost, it will give me the 40% boost. So that's where these guys are going. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles. I can settle here, here, here. And the best option is probably this tile, so we can start grabbing the 30% right away. Alright. Next, the ore shortage is biting me right in the butt right now, so I can't build anything. Which means I'm skipping all production on this city. Everything's asleep. And for some good news, the enslavers came in as I hoped, which means I can actually kill them. There's a damaged robot up here, which means there's a opponent. I have one of my opponents, one of the other players, is up here. Because robots would not get damaged unless another player was attacking it. And I can't settle this turn, but at least I can move them into position to get ready for settling. And actually, instead of settling here, I'm probably going to do this one. Because this one has negative 20% food, and this one has plus 20% food. Yes, it gives me less ore, but food is also very important for Imperial Guard. I keep hearing noises. Oh, and I see that blue has taken this outpost, so I know that blue is right beside me. Which means as soon as I kill this, I'm going to have to move back. So, bring this guy in. I'm moving my commissar in to buff the attack of everyone. Let's move them back 1 tile first. Commissar gets into range. And these guys will shoot them. Die, please. There we go. So, I got my guardsmen back. And all these guardsmen are healing up. City can't build anything because of lack of resources. So let's end my turn. Alright, so my first expansion is coming up. And it's going to be right here. And we will acquire a tile. So the question here is, should I build a troop trainer first or ore right away? And I think, given the lack of ore, it's better to get ore up. So the very first thing, I'm going to grab this tile, because it doesn't require me to use any ore. Here I still can't train anything. And my research is moving well though. I'm at tier 4 already. So due to the lack of... Normally I might consider going back and researching the Manufactorum and getting basilisks now, but I'm so lacking in resources right now that I'm not going back yet. I'm going to start with extraction quota, hotshot power packs, that kind of stuff. And I'll get basilisks later when I actually have my ore production up and running. Next, I saw blue up here. And I think it's important to shift back to protect my cities. So let's start shifting towards the center with my units. They're healthy. Oh, I have... I'm going... Yeah. So it buffs the melee damage, and since the Lord Commissar is a melee guy, I might as well give him the artifact. This one is a 1-charge item, reducing accuracy and movement on an enemy for 3 turns. Wow, so it almost guarantees a kill on an enemy unit. So let's give it to him as well. I will heal this guy. This guy needs 1 health. This guy needs healing. Let's just shift over there for now. This guy also needs healing. And with the robot there, I can't heal on this outpost. So let's move down. And these guys are almost healed. Alright. Shifting my units, getting them up towards blue. And up, scouting out. Commissars moving up as well, just spotting things. I can move one of these guys into the healing, and that's going to be the one with 11 hit points. Next, let's move those guardsmen up. And these guardsmen need 2 more hit points, so 1 more turn. Finally, these ones I'm going to move into this outpost. Alright, so everyone is either healing or moving towards blue. So in hindsight though, I will say building the Lord Commissar building and training one was a bad idea. It really hurt my early game in terms of resources. So, but on the flip side, I now know what I'm supposed to do with the Imperial Guard in the early game. And I have 5 buildings with 6 population. So I can start producing more resources, or more troop trainers. Alrighty. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to acquire this tile so I can get plus 50% food. That's pretty important because I need food to keep producing, commissars and guardsmen and heavy weapon squads and all that good stuff. On the flip side though, I need to expand, so I'm going to build another tech priest, which will eat up all my resources right there. So those 2 things will eat up all my ore. Here, I'm going to start building ore buildings so that I have extra ore production. And the best option for that is the 30% tiles that are everywhere. And given my opponent is in this direction, probably want to grab this tile here first. These guys are healing. I'm trying to conserve my meta packs because of the 10 turn cooldown. So once I get into a fight with the other player, I need it ready. I can't be waiting, 6 or 7 turns for the healing skill to cool down. And I'm going to scout it out by moving up a few steps. Okay, so he's Space Marines. And these guys I will run into this and grab it. And I also found some bikes. And bikes have low armor, only 6. They also have 3 units on them, so that means throw the frag grenade, which killed off one of them. And next turn I'm gonna have to heal them. So let's end turn, meta pack up. Spam click meta pack. Come on, there we go. Fully healed. They stayed to fight. That's fine. What? Embles? Uh-oh. That's not good. Uh-oh. So my it's coming to bite me in the butt because I was saying how I failed to manage my resources properly, so I couldn't keep training units, and now that's really gonna hurt me because normally I would have a lot more infantry out. Heavy weapon squads would be trained, and right now I don't have any. So I'm going to have to start desperately making them, churning some out. In fact, yeah. So things have taken a turn for the worse. This is the first time I've seen a land speeder rush with Space Marines. And they wouldn't be that much of a threat if I had my heavy weapon squads out. But right now, I am going to have to retreat to my cities and fight from there. And let's begin disabling Overwatch on everything, because I can't afford to have it have my units Overwatch attack. That's what happened there. My guy did the Overwatch attack and then I couldn't move him. And these guys are going to step into the city. So right now I'm completely on the defensive. I don't have enough units to attack or move forward until some heavy weapon squads come out. So skip unit movement, and in my city, ore production. Alright. But I think I've already... From the experience of this match, I've more or less worked out a start strategy for Imperial Guard at this point. So you generally start off with the barracks, then build an ore building, and then after that you go for the tech priest building, and then finally you would build the hero building, the to train heroes. That would give you enough ore income so that you can keep training units while also getting you ready to produce the commissar. Alright, so right now I'm desperate for military forces, but I can't afford the infantry building, which requires 50 ore. So they're moving up a bit, I'm moving back. I will let them come in. These guys will heal where they are. What I will do is I am going to wait a turn so that I can get a second Imperial Barracks built. Or start the construction on one anyways. Skip unit, skip unit. This city, I can't construct anything, so let's choose my research. Oh, extraction quota is done at least. Let's learn hotshot power packs to increase my damage. And here, I have one ore building here, so I am going to use this for extra ore income. So it went from 23 to 27. And that will apply for 10 turns. So much needed boost. Anything helps right now. And the thing with Imperial Guard is I have so much influence that I don't mind using it on these edicts. I now have enough ore to build the second infantry building, Imperial Barracks, and I will do so. And I'll stick it in the food tile because there's 3 construction slots here, and then there's only 2 construction slots here. Yep, so they're getting it. Well, they're fighting something, but I'm okay with that. I can't really move up. Hold position until healed. I'll lose my forward outpost, but so be it. Skip, 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 and turn. So, he's besieging me. He's forming up all around my city and taking all my outposts. But sieges are what the guardsmen are best at. Or they would be if I had some more units out. But, to be honest though, while he can surround me like this, he can't actually attack. It's, his units are very vulnerable. Especially the scout bikes. The tactical squads, I can kill them, you know. The only unit that would be a real threat to me is the land speeder, but they only have 2 heavy bolters, so they can't do that much damage. I might not be able to kill them, but they can't really kill me. So even though I only have a very small army, things aren't as bad as they look. And yeah, I'm just going to stand here with all my units. Skip, skip, skip. Everything is being built up or trained right now, so nothing to do. In 1 turn, this ore building will be up, and then I can apply this extraction quota edict. So that's it. Oh, that's right. I have a lot of influence, so I should buy some equipment for my commissar if I have an influence building anywhere. The influence outposts allow your heroes to shop for equipment. And the one that I had was in front here, which is surrounded by the Space Marine units, so even though I want to grab it, I can't. So that was something that I should have recalled earlier. Oh, it's going to cost me, because commissars, you know, they only have 6 hit points without any kind of equipment, and they're very vulnerable to be killed, because they also only have 6 armor. Alright, blue is taking a while. Well, he does have the largest army from what I saw. So. And I also saw the reason why he had quests on. It's because with Space Marines, when you play Space Marines, if you do a few of the quests, you get the Amble unit, which is how he had one. So it's just a free unit, which helps Space Marines a bit. And you know what? They need any help they can get in the current patch version, so I'm not going to say it's cheap or anything. It's legitimately, like, I feel it made sense. The faction as a whole just needs any help it can get in the current patch. Alright, so ore extractor is up, and the question is, should I build an Imperial barracks over there as well? But given my tech priest is almost out for another city, and I need 100 ore this time for that city, and I'm desperately short on ore, I'm not going to build that. I'll build another ore building, and I will apply the extraction quota edict as well. And let's move up a little. Let's see what is around here. My goal right now is to get this commissar into the trade camp. That's all I want. And to do that, I'm actually gonna have to run down the clock. Oh my god. I'm going to have to move him up here, and next turn move him 3 steps into the trade camp. So, and since I don't know where the Space Marine units are, I'm going to have to run down this clock. So that once I move, he can't attack my commissar that's out in the open. I do sometimes. I do think the simultaneous turns thing is sometimes very annoying because you have to do stupid things like this. And what I'm going to buy for him is armor. Just buff up his armor to like 9 or 10, and he'll be much harder to kill. He's not really there to do damage. He's there to buff other units and to stay alive. So, clear, waiting for him to end his turn so that I can just move up and end my turn, and he did, so I'm going to do that. Done. Overwatch, it's off on everyone. Okay. Yes, my first heavy weapon squad. And I'm going to do what I said. Run in, open the shop, buy him some armor. This is good. 2 more armor. That's good. That's temporary. That's a recovery. Grenade, blind grenade, extra attacks, doesn't matter for them. Extra movement, no big deal. Melee damage, I don't use them in melee often enough. Stun grenade, is there anything for hit points? Aha! Here we go. So, another 100 more. That uses up pretty much all of my influence, but he now has 11 hit points and 9 armor. So now he's much tougher. And other than that, all my other units are just going to stand around and be around the commissar. And I can skip that unit. Okay. So here, more heavy weapon squads. Barracks is building. My ore income is solid now at 38. So I'm going to have to start putting some food production in place. Oh, another speeder right over there. He's running circles around me. So I 1, 2, 3, 4. You have to settle another settlement 4 tiles away. So I could build one here for some ore and energy. And it's close enough that, you know, all my cities are together. And that's what I'm going to do. 1, 2, 3, 4. The next city is right here. Because 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's just perfectly placed. I can't build here because that's within 4 tiles. But this tile here will work. So let's move him down here, then 1, 2, and 3, and he can build. So let's do that. He goes there, next turn he moves here, and he builds a city. I saw the speed bike over there. So I'm going to shift some units over. If he keeps running in, I can kill it. And I'm kind of worried because, you know, he has the extra vision artifact as well. So he could be setting up an ambush somewhere here, just waiting for me to run in. He doesn't seem to be coming in, but just in case, heavy weapon squad will be close by to protect. And more tech marines, or more tech priests are always useful. And here it's, yeah, so everything is building. My research is continuing to go up the tech tree. And given how I've been building up right now, I'm going to go for bulvrins first before I start going for vehicles. So the next thing is extra infantry armor. Make my infantry harder to kill. So, purely going for infantry right now. I can't even go I want to get vehicles, but I can't. Mainly because to get vehicles, I have to spend 2 turns researching this, then probably another 6 turns for Basilisk. But I also have to build manufactorums to get the Basilisks out, and frankly, I don't have the ore to do so yet. So there is, I will say, I am finding that Gladius, you really need to do build orders for them, because if you do a wrong build order, like I just did this game, you're suddenly very short on resources. And then your early game is heavily impacted. So I was saying that I'm going to build a city. And am I getting a weird bug? Because I'm supposed to have 100 ore here, but oh, there we go. Alright, so city right here. And I have absolutely no ore, not even enough ore to research something. Or not even enough ore to acquire a tile. So I can't advance because I don't know where the Space Marine units are. But the land speeder, while he can circle around and scout, it can't attack one of my cities because the cities themselves have 6 las guns and 2 rocket launchers. They will do quite a number to any city that comes into range. They'll do quite a bit of damage to any unit that comes into range. Blech. Alright, so that means more camping. Very much in line with the guard theory. Make overwhelming numbers of infantry and then smash the enemy. And I'm going to have to start planning for my next city, where I expand it to. I could start being aggressive with that city and expand up here, and make it a military trainer with those 2, with a whole bunch of plus production tiles. I could also move into the center and seize the center, but I think that's a very bad idea, because center, this is a free-for-all with 4 players. There's probably, the Space Marines should be up here, another player should be here, third player should be here. If you jump into the center, everyone can attack it. But the one who's putting pressure on me has been blue. I see red has come up here. So I'm going to have to decide whether I want to attack blue or red. And my personal opinion is kill the Space Marines first, the blue player, because red is still quite far from me. Even if I settle here, I have a long distance to march to attack red. Blue, on the other hand, has been threatening me. If I settle up here, it's still quite some distance, but nonetheless, it's I can, get some pressure put off, basically push off the pressure. Red, at least, has not been pressuring me, and if he does attack me, he has a long distance to come in. The con side to that is, yeah, so we'll see. Campy. Skip. Order my cities. I only have enough resources. Oh, no. All the construction slots have been taken up. There's only 2 here and 2 here, so I need more construction slots. And it's whether I get military or and I think military is the right way to go. I'm going to acquire this tile because I want to get rid of the wire weeds on it, and it just helps me protect myself. And over here, let's acquire the... What should I do here? Sorry. This city... What is this city doing? It's training, and the barracks will be done next turn, so I'm going to have to build something big there as well. Probably another barracks, or a food producer. So I don't want to use up too much ore yet. So let's just play it safe, acquire a tile. Yeah, not much action is there. I mean, the Imperial Guard mindset, this is it. Camp, defend, get overwhelming income, and then crush the enemy with the overwhelming income that you've earned. And all right. I'm honestly a bit sick of camping like this, so let's move up a little with my units. I can at least seize that. Pretty sure he's not in this area anymore, because he grabbed that outpost too. So start shifting up a little bit. And here I was saying I'm going to keep producing infantry barracks. Actually, I really should use one of the population, and I really need food, so let's build the food first. I'm already getting one new squad every 3 turns, so it's okay. Ideally though, you build enough infantry barracks so that you can train 1 squad a turn. And the reason you can do that with Imperial Guard is because their barracks, what the barracks does is it gives them 1 additional population limit and 1 additional loyalty. So that basically covers its costs, except the only thing is it makes the building cost 1 food because of the extra population. But you could plop down, 5 or 6 barracks, reduce your training time to 1 or whatever, and no other faction can do that, because for other factions, their barracks does not give them 1 population. So, it's subtle, but it really changes the play mechanics of Imperial Guard compared to the other factions. And the commissar grabs me my resource tile. Start moving up my units up a little. Excellent. And over here, I acquired that tile, but I have to clear it of the wire weeds. Heavy weapon squads should be on Overwatch. Everyone else shouldn't, but heavy weapons should. Because any target that moves in should be shot at right away. With guardsmen, you're planning on throwing grenades and so on, so you actually don't want them to, overwatch fire. But heavy weapon squads, they don't really use their grenades. You use their mortar attack, which does a lot of damage. Alrighty. So what I'm going to do with this guy is run away and grab that vision tile. And this is where the clickfest portion of the simultaneous turns thing comes in, and why I don't like it, because the faster you click, if he was able to attack twice that turn, he might have been able to kill off my guardsmen. But if I manage to run him away, then they live. So there is a bit of a, the action when it happens is just very, very frantic in this game. That was a dreadnought! Oh no! Oh no! So he's getting ready to attack my city there, which means I need to start running everything, shifting everything back over. So this vision this vision artifact really saved my life there, because I got to see him moving in. If I had not known about that, could have done quite a number to me. Alright, so this is going to be a resource producer as well, because it doesn't have any additional production tiles, unlike this one. Here though, I'm going to start building, probably going to start gearing it up to build vehicles. It's about time. So, I'm going to start shifting everything back. I saw that guy over there, and it's time to make sure he can't destroy my cities. Alright, so with extra infantry armor researched, I'm still very far away from Bulgrins. I mean, I need to research 6 turns and 8 turns. That's 14 turns of research. So I'm better off getting the Manufactorum for 2 turns, and then Basilisks or Lemon Rust tanks. 6 turns, 5 turns. So I'm going to start with the Manufactorum now. Get my vehicles out. Guardsmen are great, so are heavy weapon squads, but at the end of the day, you need vehicles with Imperial Guard. And over here, I am going to start Manufactorums as soon as I can, but this turn is not it. So, let's acquire another tile for 2 turns. That's when Manufactorum is up. And it's going to be a plus percentage tile, so let's do this one. And I kind of need a tech priest out now for not to settle, but to clear terrain. The very funny thing about Imperial Guard is they fight best on... Well, they really fight best when it's completely open terrain. They actually really dislike ruins, they dislike forests. You want to get rid of them, which is what the tech priests are great for. Great. So another heavy weapon squad out. And so he ran all the way down there. So more heavy weapons. I could train a second commissar, but I'd rather not. They're quite pricey. And, you know, if I were to train something, I'd rather train a tank commander at this point. In fact, they're very pricey when you factor in all the equipment you have to give them. Kinda curious. Okay, so if you surround the land speeder, they can't get out. They're not like the flying units that ignore, I guess, the zone of control around them. They just have very high movement, I guess, 6 movement. And I think I may be able to kill this land speeder. It depends. It will probably run away in that direction, so my first movement is to block it, which is to get these guardsmen over into the forest here. If I can... Oh no, he actually ran in that direction. Which is fine. I'm going to move in, eat the attack with them, get these guardsmen in to shoot at them, bring the heavy weapon squads up, and these guys are finally out. So my first priority is to just clear out some of this terrain. That way it'll give me more firing range too. What's next? In this city, I was going to make it into my vehicle trainer, so manufactorums. Let's begin construction on the first one. Over here, resources, ore is good. I'm starting to shift away from infantry now, so ore is critically important. And I also want to probably get some energy because I'm starting to run low. It's at in terms of the income value anyways. Another tech priest, of course. Over here I can build my tank commander at last, so let's get that up at least. And for construction, I still have one more population I can use, so I can get one more resource building. Let's make it a farm. So it's either farm or ore. I have this city, I've been making this city produce a lot of ore, so let's make this the farm instead. Okay, so everything, and I'm going to start researching for my military, which means either basilisks or lemon rest battle tank. And it's really is kind of a tough choice. One is artillery, has 5 distance. The other is your frontline tanks. But let's go with basilisks. Or yeah. Let's do lemon rests. In terms of support fire, I have units. So yes, the Dreadnought had stayed here. So he's gonna die next turn. Oh, he came up with a second one though. Uh-oh. Still okay. I have another heavy infantry squad coming out next turn. And I'm going to change the rally point in this turn because I don't want it to be behind. I want it in the city so that I can fire at these things. So let's just rally it right here. This guy needs to run though. I need to keep him alive. So he's gonna run there. I don't really mind if this guy dies, so he's less important. But everyone else... Other than that, I don't mind losing all these things again, because I can always take it back later. So right now, I'm just... Let's heal up him. Let's just slowly recapture everything that he took. I'm not going to overextend. My army is still small. His army is still much more advanced than mine. Keeping the tech priest alive is critical. Heavy gunner squads, not as important. And I have a feeling what's going to happen is I'm going to run and he's going to run too. So both sides won't lose a unit. Or maybe not. Or I get to kill it off and he can only run. And I don't lose a unit. That went well. So, free kill for me. Alright, so these guys I'm probably going to use the 150 or 150 influence. I don't have any influence right now because I just built a tank commander. But it comes in pretty fast at plus 22 per turn. So soon I'll be able to settle my 4th expansion. And the question has always been where to expand, and I was saying over here because I can build another military trainer. Next. Move my units up to recapture these territories. Healing up. Might as well heal on the spot. And more heavy weapon squads. So my mid-game army is not going to have any basilisks, which are artillery, but I am going to have a lot of frontline lemon rust tanks to go, and they're going to be supported by these heavy weapon squads. Oh, there's 40% ore down this corner. And it's actually far enough away for me to settle to get ore production. And I think that may actually be the best option for this tech priest. Because Lemon Rust tanks are very they are very expensive when it comes to production costs, from what I remember. Let's see, Lemon Rust Battle Tank requires 80 ore and has 4 ore upkeep. So yes, you need a lot of ore production to support an army of them. So rather than making another military trainer, it might be better to just use them to expand down in this corner here. And get this guy into the city to heal. I'm moving this one up to scout, make sure there's nothing there. And since there's nothing there, I can get rid of these ruins. So, clear some ruins while the influence income is coming, and then I'll settle down here. And next, they're healthy again. They could use 1 turn of healing, but that's not a big deal. They could use quite a bit of healing, so hold until healed. And I will grab that, retake it. And set them on healing. Yep. They're standing here to fire support. Again, need to start clearing out these ruins. With ruins, the heavy weapon squads can't really bring their firepower to bear. So, skip. It's okay. Healing. I will skip his action. If he attacks him with another unit, then I can metapack. If he doesn't, I will attack. Just do some damage. So, pretty much a siege setup. Just slowly building up my economy while I can to an overwhelming level to crush these space marines. Okay, attack, end turn. Run away. Run away. The last set of ruins to clear is those. That will reveal pretty much all the tiles around me and make it easy for my city to destroy things if it needs to. And let's set the rally point back to here. Healing up. Shifting forward. Commissar up. Tank commander almost out. That's going to be the game changer once I get that one out. Because once I finally have a tank commander out, it's going to be the unit that can actually take hits. Because right now I really don't have any real units that can absorb damage. You know? Yes, guardsmen can take some hits, but they take a lot of damage very rapidly too. Whereas the tank commander, let's bring it up, has 48 hit points. 9 armor, 48 hit points. It's very hard to kill. Same with the Lemon Russ. The Lemon Russ battle tank has basically the same stats. 48 hit points, 9 armor. So, once those are out, that's when I can finally start pushing. So a lot of people did say, you know, the army for the Imperial Guard is a line of battle tanks, you know, with heavy infantry squads behind them, and, you know, guardsmen to fill up the slots, and some basilisks as artillery. And that is their endgame army. And it is ridiculously hard to beat. If you allow an Imperial Guard to build up quite like that much, you've basically lost. Crude Hound. Wow. Still some hounds at this point in the game. And I was going to settle 4 tiles away, which is around here. Yes. So probably, if I can, this wire weed tile. Because that would give me access to all the 30% and the 2 40%, and give me the 40% buff. Or actually, no, this tile is the best, because there's no negative food production. That way I can grab those tiles, and those. Okay. Another heavy weapon squad. Bring them to this army that doesn't have enough of them. And grab tiles. Not going to fire. I want to keep the overwatch. And I don't want to reveal my position. Okay. Order cities. Continuing to increase my ore production. And also need some energy, but ore first. Actually, no. Let's acquire another tile first, so I can build the energy and then focus on ore. Energy tile. This one? Yeah. Or that one. Oh, let's just grab that. 20% energy. Over here is heavy weapon squads, of course. And I will continue to make. He's at max pop, 8 out of 8. So I'm going to increase the population with barracks. Acquire a tile first to do so. And the tile to acquire is probably the one in front of my city. Oops. Oops. No, I want to extend my battle lines and have the units protected, so I will acquire. Yeah, you know what, this one's fine. And keep moving these heavy weapon squads forward. These guys need protection. So let's see. Yeah. That will get them into this tile next turn. And these guys are still healing. skip everyone else. Manufactorum is finally done. Let's begin production of the first Lemon Rust battle tank. And also, I can build another Manufactorum. Because you could always use more tanks. With that, I can also start Bulgrins. So the Bulgrins are going to be the melee characters for the guard, and I don't even know what their stats are. Very high hit points, wow, 36. And they have power mauls that reduce the accuracy of the target with 6 attacks and 4 damage. Yeah, I mean, they're not bad. They're there to, I guess, I'm not quite sure they're a required unit, but it doesn't hurt to have some melee guys. Wireweed, 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 wireweed. They're all wireweeds, so I have to run back up there to get out. And these guys are just gonna stand here and heal, because they're gonna jump onto that. Next turn? 150? Yes, next turn. Well, I can clear out a wireweed. Just, you can move here and clear it out. And I'm still going to move up. These are gonna shoot those Croot Hounds. And oops! Oh, one tile back from where I wanted it. Okay. That's okay. Still healing up infantry anyways, so no big loss. Ah, yes, good point, Delta. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. The Imperial Guard, they make a lot of influence, and their heroes are very good, but you almost have to buy them equipment, so they're very expensive as a result. Because it's not just the cost of training it. After that, you gotta pay, you know, another 150 influence to give them upgraded equipment. At least 150, because I know, you know, each hero can have up to 6 pieces. Alright, finally I can build another city. So here we go, 40% ore production bonus. And this is probably going to be my last city, because the loyalty, each city currently gives you -3 loyalty to all your cities, so it does really add up really fast. I currently don't have enough influence to even acquire a tile, so that city will just sit there for this turn. And let's move up. The Tech Priests. Tech Priests are very useful. They repair your vehicles, and they can clear terrain, both of which are absolutely vital for Imperial Guard in mid-game. So, yeah, you can't go without it. And I'm just going to leave one heavy weapon squad here, just because they will always help. I don't know if he's ever going to make a push on this city, so I need to leave some troops here. The one thing Imperial Guard lack is the ability to teleport. Or drop pods and that kind of good stuff. Moving up. Healing some units, so I can pretty much skip the turn of the rest. Train a new heavy weapon squad. Yeah, it used to take 2 turns, it's become 3 because of the -8 loyalty. So. And these guys are holding their position. Actually, I'll probably make them hold position up here. That way I can get a bit more view range. And more tech priests are always useful. The repair guys and also clear out terrain for you. And with them... Oops, I just used up all my resources with the tech priest, so let's not do that. I can begin training it next turn. And instead here I get ore or energy, and I'm going to start with energy. Or military is more important than resources right now, I think. Especially when it takes 9 turns to train a tech priest. I can always build that next turn with 56 ore production. So let's skip this, clear the notifications, end my turn. Alright. So, energy, because I'm -1 energy right now. Over here, I'm going to acquire a tile, and he's going to build ore buildings for me. So 40% tiles, the two most are the important ones. Next is... moving up these heavy weapon squads. A whole bunch of them, actually. These guys, I said, we're going to stand in place with the view range that they provide, and I'll set them on hold position so I don't have to keep giving them an order every turn. Start moving up, start moving up. I'll clear out these wire weeds. And yeah, once everyone's together, I can start pushing in. I'm probably going to start rolling up blue. Grab this and then start rolling into his base, which is up here. And I'm taking the long route because Lemon Rust Battle Tank takes 6 turns and Tank Commander takes another 2. So until those 2 units are out, I don't really want to, I don't really want to force a big engagement yet. The longer a game goes, the worse the Space Marines get. Whereas, the longer a game goes, the stronger Imperial Guards get. Oh, there's something for me to kill. So let's move a Commissar and a Guardsman over. Just noticed that. Skip, skip, skip. Order it. Oh. Why? Right, I'm going to continue to build infantry buildings once I have enough resources. I want to get the heavy gunners down to 1 turn per heavy gunner squad. I may not train them, but it gives me the ability to train them if I need them desperately. Out of range, but this one can finish it off, I think. No. This one can. Still no! Oh, okay. So they're moving along and also clearing out terrain. Moving up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this tech priest to clear out this forest, and then these guys can shoot him. Move these guys over. So, the infantry of the guard are forming up over here. Skip, 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 clear, and turn. Eight population, 8 buildings. Once Bulgans is researched, is there actually anything that you particularly want? Eh? Oh. The, doesn't look like it. Okay. So... Yes! Tank Commander! A melee attack with 0 armor penetration. 100% accuracy, so but still. I think it's better to give them... Grants movement to the tank commander and adjacent tanks with movement remaining. I haven't really used the tank commander yet, but this seems like a great skill, same with damage. So... yeah, I mean, either or. I'm gonna start with movement, just because. Using it, do you get to move again? Nope. Okay, so you have to use it before you move. It's not like the Orks Here We Go, where you can use it after you move to get an extra movement point. And... bringing the heavy gunner squads up, so that my whole army is scattered. Moving these ones up. Actually, I want them here, so again I can triple fire on this, but I think he'll run it away. I don't think I'll get to shoot him 3 times and kill him off. If he lets me do something like that, then... it would be really, really funny. For me, but not for him. Right, clear a few tiles. Skip, 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 skip. Order city. Okay, infantry, what was I saying? I'm going to get more of these infantry barracks. And now that I have, you know, the lemon rust tanks and all that, I've really hit the research level that I need. So I'm going to start going back and getting buildings like the what's it called? The Habdorm, so I can build my cities larger. So I can increase their population and also, you know. So I'm just gonna jump back and start getting the technologies that I've missed. Alright, moving up. Seize this. I'll probably take this as well. I mean, these outposts are all grabbable. And move him up here. So next turn he's going to clear this out. Make sure all the guardsmen have Overwatch off. Heavy weapon squads are okay with Overwatch. Since he pulled back, let's move up and grab it. Oh, it's another vision artifact? Wow, okay. So now I have 2 extra vision. Game really wants me to train sorry, the game really seems to want me to train basilisks, because that's where I can really benefit from all this extra vision. Uh-oh. So maybe I moved in a bit too early. My units aren't quite in place yet for this fight. Yeah, I did move in a bit too early. So I'll lose a few guardsmen for that mistake. Or... oh well. Run away! Priests back. They're not my frontline units. Oh, looks like I need to bring these guardsmen in after all. So yes, definitely pushing a bit too early. Bulgrins are out and ready for training. I don't really have time to grab this after all. You know what? It's no big deal. One guardsman in the fight is not going to make a huge difference. But all these sets of heavy gunners will. So I need to create an army to fight him off. Alright. Level up. Extra attack. City. Yes! Another Lemon Rust battle tank is almost out. Manufactorums, more of them. Where is my Manufactorum? There it is. And I was going to go block, because now I need to build up these cities. Finally, I need to spam click this guy to get him out. So, he's actually doing pretty well in killing off my units. I mean, I am losing heavy weapon squads and infantry left and right. The only thing is, it doesn't matter to me because they're so cheap. It's unfortunate, but it's true. They're really just disposable units that I don't have to worry about. For every one that he kills, I can bring out a new one. So there we go. At least I have a core of heavy weapon squads grouped up now, unlike before where they were just completely spread out. So I definitely rushed too much and let him take full advantage of that. Let's move up and do some damage to that. But it's okay now. I can afford the losses, and I don't think he really can. Or... and he unfortunately forgot to turn off Overwatch, it looks like. Which is going to give him problems. Okay, more heavy weapon squads. Bring them all up. Head block. Research is done. Now it's either loyalty building or basilisks. And I'm still training, right now I'm still training my battle line of lemon rust tanks, so I don't need basilisks yet. So let's get the loyalty building. That's it for this turn. So one player has been defeated, presumably by blue, I guess, or by red. I don't know which one, but... And my next settlement, if I were to choose to expand, will cost 200 of each resource. So the cost is scaling up, it's getting there. It's starting to get very expensive. Which is again why I decided to start building up with all my cities. Interesting. My poor tank commander! Whew. These guys are giving me trouble in that forest tile. Oh, so he's gonna kill my tank commander because I overextended. And okay, so I'm going to focus on taking down these marines. overwatch them, because that overwatch was actually a mistake in hindsight, because now I can't move my tank commander, so he's gonna die! Sleep that. Ugh. Well, one tank commander died, start training a new one. Oh. Do I think orcs are overpowered? Yeah, I still do. The big thing about them is, in early game, they have it very easy with the heroes. In late game, once you get a Weird Boys to level 6, you can teleport anywhere. And they don't have a problem getting spawning because Dakkajets can ignore, zone of control and so on. So you can use a Dakkajet, get it close to an enemy city that is in the rear, teleport your 6 or 7 units, like 3 war bosses, beside the enemy city, and then use the Weird Boys to buff one of them with an extra 3 attacks and then demolish the city. They just have too many things just work together for them to make them overpowered. Alright. Yep, the Weird Boys teleport is basically like a drop pod of the Space Marines, but for 6 units instead of just 1. Well, let's start giving my vehicles range damage reduction then. I'm clearly taking a lot of damage from all his ranged attacks, so... End my turn. Cycle out my infantry. He's just holding ground here, so I have no reason to fight him. I mean, I know his cities should be up in that direction, so let's head towards it. Instead of just smashing myself pointlessly against this line here, let's move into an area where I know I can beat him. So, in accordance with that plan, I am now shifting my whole army. And I saw war buggies of red, which is the orc player. In all honesty, Necrons on small maps are ridiculous. I also do think they're so luck dependent. That's it. If they have a lot of tombs to settle close by, like these, I see one right here, then they will dominate. But if they don't have tombs to settle, they're screwed. The economy is so important in this game that their ability to settle will determine whether they win or lose. And it's just Necrons are basically pure luck base. That's all. That's why I am not a fan of them. I'll play them in one of my streams later, but yeah. You know, whereas Imperial Guard, look, I've already put 4 cities very close to each other, and I can very soon get up a 5th. Necrons can't do that. You know, they'll have 1 city here, a 2nd city here, and then if I'm lucky, I might grab the center one. The flip side of it, of course, is the Necron cities give 9. They give 9 energy and 9 ore. You know, so 9 energy, 9 ore, so that it helps support their troops as well as let them produce more. Yeah, that reduction I did not understand, in all honesty, Delta. I understood why the healing ability got reduced, because that ability was overpowered at 50 costs, but the tomb reduction just... It didn't bring them to Space Marine badness, but it did make them worse, for sure. Fortress of Redemption. Bit of damage on that Lemon Rust battle tank. Let's heal it. So, basically, my lesson from that fight against the Space Marines was form a battle line. Don't send a single unit like the tank commander charging in, because even 50 hit points is not enough to survive, like, you know, all the attacks it took. And I want to continue reducing all these tiles of ruins if I can with these tech priests. Nope, I used them for healing, so they can't clear a tile this turn. Let's get these guys into healing. And more tanks. I need a few more tanks for my battle line, and then basilisks. Capture a new tile. Oh no, this is clear a tile. I don't have ore to capture a tile. Alright, skip the city then. If Necrons get a good number of settlements up, they are overpowered. I won't deny that is a fact too. It's very hard for them to get that many settlements though. Like, I mean, just taking, if I was Necrons this map, I would probably be starting here and I would settle that, and then I would expand here, and then that's it. Because there's no way in hell, you know, the Space Marine player will let me settle that one. And 2 settlements will not compare to, like, you know, 4 or 5 settlements for Orks or Imperial Guard. So, yeah, that, like you said, the tomb nerf really hurt Necrons. Which is loyalty? Oh, Jesus. No wonder. Okay. I'm gonna form up my heavy infantry squads, or heavy gunner squads over there. I'm going to heal these guys. I'm not going to expose here because I know he has a big army right hidden over there. So I can move 3 tiles up, and I will move them. Getting into range to kill that. That's my main goal right now. keep the commissar with my infantry. Okay. I still have a bunch of units to move though. Skip. Is there any tiles that I need to clear? Not really. So, well. Yeah, so I'm gonna skip him. Might as well shoot at that fortress. And likewise, might as well shoot at it. Should I start switching to Bulgrins? Yeah, I think so. Except I can't afford it. Just realized it's 40 versus 15. So not quite yet, after all. I have one extra population, but I'm still building barracks here. So let's keep going on with the barracks. Still reducing the turn count on infantry production. And over here... No, I need resources, so I'm not going to do that. Take that one back. I'm going to build an ore building here. If I have a good... Yep, 30% tiles. So let's grab one of these. Or energy, because I'm running low. So now it's just a fine-tuning act, isn't it? Keeping my resources producing. Well, move this tank in. Smash that fortress. Move this tank in. The tech priests can heal, but they don't need to. I know his army's there, so let's keep moving up. Let's move the tech priest down and heal it. So he's trying to shift as well. Okay. One more manufactorum. Yeah. It's down to 16, then 6 more is 22. 22 doesn't bring it down to 2 turns. Oh well. Where's the manufactorum building? Oh, this one, the very last one. Oh wait, no. Can't. I'm at 6 out of 6 population. So let's grab a tile and build a hab block somewhere. And this open tile is fine. Here, one pop. Yeah, infantry building is okay here. Imperial barracks, as I was saying. That's it. That's my turn. Need to run. Get these tech priests out. There we go. So yeah, when I was fighting in the center here where he had all the ruins, it was really to his advantage. But now that I shifted the fight to an open area, not much he can do. But I have to be careful with my units despite that, because he's been very good at picking off my isolated units. So that's why I'm not grabbing these outposts, even though there's so many of them. Loyalty building. So, hab block, loyalty building. Camo net researched. Okay. Okay, move up. And there's his Space Marine city. Guardsmen into there. Because they can heal themselves with oh, my metapack is not even ready. But that's okay. Yeah, heavy weapon squads moving up. So the core of my army right now is, without doubt, the heavy weapon squads. If anything comes in, they're gonna get shot up. But... and these guardsmen can finally move up. Thanks for following, Delta! Heal them up. There's nowhere to really move these tech trees, is there? I mean, I do need to clear out this area too. It's funny. It really is kind of funny how you play out the Imperial Guard, because they're all just about slowly clearing the whole map of terrain. Let's start an Ogren? No, I need more heavy weapon squads. You can never have enough of them. Start another Lemon Russ? Yep. And acquire more tiles for ore. Next. Extra vehicle armor? Yeah. Oh, and there's a void port for air units. Don't think that's a priority yet. So. Where is his army? I'm not seeing anything! Okay, so I want to get into 3 tile range of attacking that. Since... slowly pick things off. tech priests in a line behind to heal up any unit that gets heavily damaged. And yeah. These guardsmen can finally start grabbing this stuff. Okay. So I was going to build up, which means hab block. Right there. Thanks, Delta. Yeah, I've noticed most streamers of this game for some reason play single player, or they're playing versus the AI. So... Overwatch! No, no, no! Alright. There. Bring this tech priest here, and I can heal up the damaged battle tank. This guy doesn't have much to do. Well, I can move him over here and start clearing out the forest. Sounds like a... War buggies! Running around everywhere, grabbing tiles. So I need some heavy gunners over there to try to one-shot it if they can. Skip, 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 skip. Alright. Energy production is finally up. It's finally in the positive for a few turns, but it gives me some time to build a few ore buildings, which I will do. And I think when I kill him, the game's over. Because I'm pretty sure blue is the host. Not in a rush. Slowly work it down. The battle tactics of the Imperial Guard is literally just this. Huge swarm of heavy gunners in behind, so that if they rush in, they're gonna get annihilated. And then have your tanks in the front just shooting things up. And no. Okay. Skip. Skip. Skip, 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 skip. Skip a billion times. More heavy gunners coming out. There we go. So he walked right into all these heavy weapons. And I'll just repair. So that means I need to retreat this guy back a bit. Whoa! One shot! Wow! So once they get multi-meltas, those things really do become a threat. Damn! Alright. That hurt more than I... Ouch! I have to say, I am impressed by this blue player, because he's giving me more of a fight than I would have expected out of the Space Marines. Especially in a map like this. Medium-sized map, 4 players, and he's putting up a fight. I'm sure he doesn't have much economy left, but the fact that he could even put up a fight in the first place is impressive. Of course, now that I have my, the Tech Priest army healing up my tanks and keeping them permanently in the fight, I don't think there's much he can do. Yeah, multi-meltas. Damn! Alright, bring everything up. And change the rally point to over here, or to just right there. That way I can move them. So I'm just slowly working down that fortress. And I'm going to hold position on these guys so I don't have to keep pressing end turn every damn turn. Armor penetration. Hold position. Hold position. Guardsmen, they're not moving in. Hold position. These guys might move in, but depends where that war buggy is. Okay, and I clearly need more heavy weapon squads. Clearly there's not enough of them. Continuing to throw damage at my tanks. I'm going to have to move back a little. Getting it into a forest is okay. Ooh, maybe not. This tile? Yeah. Or that tile. That tile. They need a lot of hotkeys. That's for sure. For this game. There we go. Pulled that one off in time. Oh man. Heal that one. Move this one up. Leave the overwatch on in this case. That's okay. Hold position, hold position, hold position. Alrighty, there we go. All the heavy weapon squads have been set to hold position. More tanks are moving up. He is being a real annoying guy. I don't really want to spare a tank just to kill that war buggy though, so it's not. Oh, this is my tank commander. Plus 10% damage. That's the skill to get for him. I can afford to spare these heavy weapon squads though, because they're starting to become redundant as more and more tanks come out. And over here, I've been building energy buildings, and I still need to, I think, because I keep producing more buildings. Damn Overwatch, man. Ha! Ouch. Okay, that wasn't good. Those land speeders, oh man. Ripping through my units. There we go. Overwatch off. Oh boy. Okay, let's do this. Bullshit! How did he... Oh, he probably pressed execute order right as soon as his turn came up. Well, losing my healing army is really bad. Those were vital to my success in this match. Just, oh no. I'm very, very sad. Oh, what to do? Okay. Wow. That sets me back quite a bit. Well, let's start expanding then. Time to build a hat block. Sleep. And more tanks. And after extra vehicle armor, I'm finally going to start getting the basilisks. There we go. Working him down. I'm losing artillery as I'm doing it, but it is working. Once those land speeders are down. And you know what? I am slowly replacing the heavy gunners with tanks, so... You know, a triple layer or quad layer of tanks, there's not much you can do against that. What's next? Smoke launcher, don't care. I'm using vehicles, so I don't really need the void port. So I just want to hit the next tech level so I can get heavy bolters. What the heck? Let's do it. Smoke launcher. I don't mind if he runs away, because I'm just trying to destroy him now. Let's not move that far in. Now I can overwatch these guys, and the heavy gunners are all overwatched as well. The front three should not be overwatched. The back guys, you can. Oh, MegaNobz! So it's a good thing I've been churning out a whole bunch of heavy weapon squads, because they're going to be very important against those MegaNobz. While I'm at it, I should probably get a Lord Commissar out to support these heavy weapon squads. And here, the population just boomed upwards. First things first, let's get some food. And over here, this has been my ore producer, and I'm going to keep at it. Training all these infantry is starting to knock my income down to be unable to sustain them. Let's move these guys back. Oops. Ow. Alright, time to start grouping up all my heavy infantry squads, because they're getting cut down in isolation. So, group up. And get this tank here. back. Up. Second line forward. Disable Overwatch. Alrighty. So it's turned into a 2v1 for some reason. I can deal with it. I don't think I'm having any real problems fighting him off right now, so... Continue with ore production. Oh, I'm gonna have to get a Hydra, aren't I? Or will I? Because I think las cannons can probably hammer apart these Storm Talon gunships. We'll see. Well, I am probably going to have to give up units on this front. And get into the city and defend from there. Yep. I'll take the hits on this side, but it's okay because I'll be able to cut him down here. Okay. Overwatch ready on the defense. Training up more units. Over here it's going to be more tanks, and I need to rally point this at this point. Let's set rally point right here. I have a whole bunch of influence to use. Let's just throw it into getting more ore. No, let's keep it. Let's just hold on to it. I can upgrade my tank commander later if I get him into one of these encampments. Skip. Level up. I don't really care about a melee attack, so... And this guy needs to run back a bit. I'm surprisingly having a hard time killing that fortress. But it should fall very soon, as I'm able to kill off these land speeders. Let's see if any of them stays to fight. Well, let's focus on that first. Get rid of it. There we go. Another one down. Let's see why I'm hearing so many attack noises on this side. Tech priests, heavy weapons. So even though this is really turning into a 2v1, I'm managing to hold my own right now. It is slightly annoying though, I do have to say. tank. Alright, so if he's sending in an all-in attack like this, I have to shift my whole army back. And it is really quite frustrating, I have to say, since I was about to kill off this other player. But yeah, I don't think he'll be able to stop this many lemon rust tanks. Okay. additional heavy bolters. If I lose this city, it's over. It's pretty close to over for me, because that's my main military producer. Don't know if I want to actually train a second tank commander, because those resources could be used to expand and build another city. So let's sleep it for now. And it looks like my military trainer is down. Shit. So I can't increase my tank force any further at this point. What a mess. Loyalty. I think I might be dead. Without, if I could still be training the tanks, I would be okay. But now that he got that military trainer, it's yeah. So Delta, you just saw why orcs are still insane. It's because the war boss, the MegaNobz, are both ridiculously high melee attack, and most importantly, the Pain Boys. 18 hit point seal every turn. So it's basically endless healing. Alright. Tech priests. I'm gonna have to rebuild this new city and try to get a military trainer out, but it's gonna take me a long time. And I guess you found me, T. Kelly. Alright. Ah, I see. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that one. Thanks for following. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Let's bring this tank over here. Moving one tile back with him so that he's a bit safer. And I'm going to have him set up a repair shop right there. So out of all those tanks that I had, which was like, I would say 10, only 1, 2, 3, 4 survived. The simultaneous turns, they're actually, the devs are, they said they're looking into implementing consecutive turns instead. And I think it is kind of required, to be honest. I'm looking forward to when they release that. Alright. I need to make a manufactorum. So I can start retraining my army. Oh, this has been a very painful fight. Yeah, so I'm gonna start by building a manufactorum here. It's just better than nothing. But it's gonna take 10 turns! Why? Oh, I built too many energy buildings. That's why. So I'm gonna disable them. And that would reduce the manufactorum. Oh no, and then I'm gonna have to build a hab block. So this city is gonna take a while before I can get any kind of military production out of it. Because, well, what can I do? Just grab a tile, build a hab block, and then work from there. Over here, skip everything. Move him in so that he provides a buff to all these units around him. In this city, maybe I can build a manufactorum from here instead. Yep. And again, it's only going to be 1. But no, it's at 6 out of 6 population as well, so I can't. I also have to seize tiles here. Okay, let's get started then. So actually I need to expand with this tech priest. Instead of repairing all these tanks, I need to settle. So where can I settle? The city core. I don't have enough influence. So I'm gonna get rid of the tank commander that I was originally training, which gave me a crazy amount of influence. And I'm going to have to settle up here somewhere. Anywhere. This will work. I just need to drop a settlement so I can start building a military again. Can't drop settlements on those locations, so... Alright, so I will move him up a few tiles. First, let's scout here, make sure there's no enemies. Move him up there, so next turn he can settle. And repair one of these tanks. Put the commissar there. Everyone else, I'll put this commissar here. And he'll be healing himself. He's gonna heal himself. Everyone else is just skip. And I have another tech priest coming out. Once more. I am trying to get my loyalty up because it's -7 right now in the city. And I'm going to start making a few Bulgrins squads. Because I'm just making tons of resources, and since I lost my Manufactorum city, I'm not earning anything. Or sorry, I can't use it. All these resources and nothing to train. And I'm gonna have to sleep that because I need the influence to build new cities. Yeah, I think that's actually the best choice, Kelly. So frustrating. If not for that attack, I had the Space Marines destroyed. But because I did not, because I had committed too many forces to attack blue, I couldn't defend properly against the Orks. Alright. Expansion. Oh, this is actually a good spot for an expansion too. Probably better than this, but I can't even get... It's too dangerous right now. In fact, if I can, I'm gonna... Okay. So it's either here or here. And they're similar enough that I'm just gonna drop it right there. And the very first building I'm throwing down in the city is a Manufactorum. Skip everything. That's it. Additional bolters in 4 turns. And I'm gonna have to look up what the stats of a Thunderbolt is. Thunderbolt. Twin-linked las cannon, one of them, and 2 twin-linked autocannons. And it uses 60 ore and 60 energy and has 6 energy upkeep. That's a bit too expensive for me. I have no energy upkeep or energy income. Well, I got warred. Oh boy. The interesting thing is, I'm now thinking that Imperial Guard can hold off the Orks. Because all your units have 3 range, right? The heavy gunners, the lemon rust tanks. So you can set up a in-depth defense 3 layers deep. And have everything be firing at the Orks that are charging in. Which pretty much means the first line of Orks that charges in will die right away. Right? So there's definitely potential for Imperial Guard to crush the Orks in a long game. You can't overwatch too much because some of the units won't be able to move then, but yeah, your third line is fully overwatched. Your second line is probably half overwatched, and then your front line has nobody overwatched. And that would probably beat the Orks. Just like if I had a battle line to defend against the Orks when they came rushing in, I would have been okay. So, heavy weapon squads are pretty much obsolete now. Or they would be if I had enough lemon rust tanks. Whatever. I'm just going to camp here. And decide what to build in the city, because the population has just boomed. All it can produce is ore. And I can't afford to keep waiting, so another manufactorum. Yep, throw out another manufactorum so I can start training tanks. Similar situation here, I think. 6 population, hab block, manufactorum, and then probably some food buildings. %50 food tile, so I should probably grab that, and so I'm going to build food buildings here in my capital instead. It's kind of a toss-up, Delta. The main thing about the Imperial Guard infantry is they're pretty solid for early game first, and second of all, yeah, it does depend on map size. Medium map, I could have probably gotten away with Manufactorum first. On the smaller maps, you probably cannot get away with doing that. Because remember, the Orc boys, they're training them like crazy in the early game. Although I will give it a try next time in a free-for-all kind of match. Yeah, that's what I was doing, pumping out a lemon rust every 3 turns until my city was destroyed. Sniff, sniff. Alright. I'm not gonna just sit here every single turn. It's kind of getting boring, let's be honest. So, let's move up a little. Frontline tanks cannot be overwatched. Bulgrim! Some melee dudes for me. Third line is the heavy weapon squads, and they can actually be set to Overwatch. I have way too many of these infantry units though. Just skip the rest of them. Next, keep training these heavy weapon squads. Depends how you research. I mean, if with infantry, if you research their what's it called? If you research their med pack. Okay, bye Kelly. Yeah, sorry. Getting back on topic, with their guardsmen, if you research their med kit, that one heal for 50% keeps those guardsmen in the fight for quite some time. And really, the guardsmen are very useful for throwing grenades. That's really their primary use. And finally, if you have five guardsmen squads right at the start, you don't have any problems exploring the map. Whereas if you go for Manufactorum first, you can't even get out the first sentinel until I think turn 18 or so. 3 guardsmen really can't explore the map at the start. So it is kind of a toss-up. Yeah. Well, huge part of that is simultaneous turns being click fast. Alright, grab that. Pretty sure he has gone to fight somewhere else after raiding one of my major cities. So Bulgrims, turn off your Overwatch. I don't think... Why do they even have Overwatch when their only attack is melee? Commissars up. Oh, and I can buy some equipment for my tank commander. Give him +3 armor, make him harder to kill. So once another tech priest comes out, I'm probably going to resettle this location. So this has turned into my energy producer. Yay! Heavy bolters! They now have 2 extra heavy bolters on each tank. That's gonna come in handy. Grab that. Shop. Armor! Armor! Give me armor! Might as well give him the +1 movement too. 50% more damage is also nice, but I'm almost used up all my influence, so I'm going to have to keep hold of some of my influence. 4 hit point max? They already have so many hit points that doesn't matter. This is melee attack, so alright, this is enough to keep it much more survivable. 13 armor now. And whoops, I did really use up quite a lot of it. Running hot. Hammer of Wrath to make the Bulgrims better. Beam blades at the very end. Yeah, I'm not sure where to go from here in terms of research. Might want to get the Hydra tech first and the Basilisks, because I'm facing a lot of air units. So let's start with Hydra. Oh, my food! I'm almost out of food! Just noticed, and I've run out of food. I'm not sure what this will do to my income. Does it affect my production? I have no idea. Oh. These are still healing, so... It's funny, I'm still on chapter 1. Research Manufactorum, construct Manufactorum, and then produce Scout Sentinel, which I've never built yet. Suppose I could, but it doesn't really provide me any benefit. Full hit points, good. They have a unit here. I can't take control of it, so they have a unit in the forest over there. Alright, and here I'm going to get my food production back up. Ow. So looks like I moved too far ahead again. It's quite annoying, I have to say. Especially when he can heal up like that. 18 hit point heal is just stupid. Okay. Level up. Tech Priest. No food at all to train anything, so sleep that. And Manufactorum, finally, so... Let's start with the Lemon Rust. And Basilisks. So, in more bullshit, after nearly dying, he's now back to full health. Wow! Oh, this guy was on Overwatch! Well, losing some units brought my economy back up to normal. I have food again. But I think that was because I lost my Lord Commissar. Rip. Yeah. If there's one thing they 100% have to fix, without doubt, it's this. Is the pain boys. Oh. Using it is hilarious because you can heal 18 hit points per turn, but whenever you're facing it, it's the most frustrating thing to fight. Just all the damage that you do is healed instantly by one pain boy, you know? And the pain boys themselves are incredibly hard to kill because they're hero units. To heal an equivalent amount with, you know, with Imperial Guard, I need 3 Tech Priest Engineers. And these guys are, you know, they have 6 hit points. So moving up instantly got me killed. Oh well, it is what it is. I could have kept camping, but I was honestly getting a bit bored. And over here is just more ore, I guess. Actually, over here I need energy. I can't afford any more. Wow, Dakkajets can actually one-shot my heavy infantry as well? Oh. Yeah, they have a lot of damage. People were saying Dakkajets suck, but I'm just looking at their damage and it's not that bad. Well, I should be more specific. It does crush infantry. It probably can't do much to tanks, but infantry get melted by them. And that was all my defenders. So now, yeah, he's won. I'd say good game at this point, but I can't. And you know what? And so, yeah. Dakkajet MegaNobz, that's all they need to win. And that is why Orks are so good right now. I just find it interesting he didn't train a single Gorkanaut. Alright, I am going to leave this match because it's over. There's nothing I can do to stop that, with all my units dead. But I will try another free-for-all with Imperial Guard. So